The death is announced of Francis Jack SLADE Altidore of Over the Bridge, Miku, who passed away at the St. Jude's Hospital on March 29, 2013 at the age of 70. Left to mourn partner Shelley Fanas of Miku, 8 daughters Octavia Altidore Francis of Texas, Hyacinthia Altidore Montoute of Tortola, Zephania Altidore of Texas, Catherine Casimir of Texas, Leanne Altidore Vital of Miku, Chandel Fanas Ale of Miku, employee of Bryden and Partners, Dinah Fanas of Miku, teacher at PI Secondary School, Faye Altidore of Miku, employee of Carryman Limited. 7 sons: Claudius Sexy Dorville of London, Luke Specs Altidore of Miku, Ted Zaya Abbas Altidore of Canada, Cassius Adanbar Trim of Miku, Gavin Fanas of Miku, PC 298, attached to the Special Service Unit of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, Alex Taras Altidore, pastor of Dubois Gospel Hall in St. Vincent, Levi Altidore of Miku. 20 grandchildren: Claude Actil of Miku, Anita Brittany Francis of Texas, Brad Jade Smith of Miku, Desiree Montoute of Tortola, Tadisha Tiny Evans of Miku, Kimani, Kareem, Kayla, Katie, and Kiana Altidore of Canada, Cherise Fanas, Shanice and Shaniel Fanas of Miku, Samuel, Phoebe and Seth Vital of Miku, Nathan, Naomi, and Shanti Allen of Miku, Shia Altidore in St. Vincent. 1 brother, Arthur Bra Paul of London. 2 sisters, Marie Da Paul of Miku, Frances Augustine of Brooklyn, New York. 2 uncles, Eric Bowen Augustine of Tiroche, Miku, Joseph Big Ben Augustine of Miku. 9 nephews, Malcolm Nash Paul of Miku, Martin Crew Augustine of Miku, Jay and Jeremy Augustine of New York, Emerald Augustine of Miku, Errol Paul of Miku, Corrections Officer at Borderley, Rusticus Jabatis of Miku, Officer attached to the Miku Fire Station, Peter Paul of Miku, John Paul of St. Martin. 8 nieces, Stacia and Cassandra Augustine of Brooklyn, New York, Tracy Charles of Beaufort, Lydia Jabatis of Miku, Sharon Paul of Miku, Shirley and Lucy Paul of Brooklyn, New York, Alvina Paul of Canada. 50 cousins, 1 goddaughter, Fabiana Aline Joseph Arthur of Miku, mother-in-law, Rachel Nola Fanas of Brooklyn, New York, sons-in-law, Andrew Francis of Texas, Desmond Montoute of Tortola, Kenty Vital of Miku, Vernon Ale of Wapatat, employee of Peter and Company Limited, daughters-in-law, Damina Altidore of Canada, Shulan Altidore of St. Vincent, sisters-in-law, Rita Cadet of Old Victoria Road, Castries, teacher at RC Boys Primary School, Ostina Fanas of Miku, Casilda Fanas of London, Joanna Justin of Miku, employee of Consolidated Foods Limited, Leah Kiefer Marshall of Texas, Paulette Donnelly of Brooklyn, New York. Brothers-in-law, Macarius Fanas of Miku, employee of Carryman Limited, Cyprian Evelyn Fanas of Brooklyn, New York. Special friends, Peter Gage Donnelly of Miku, James Kekef Dantes of Barbados, Kervin Emmanuel of Wapatat, employee of East Winds Hotel, Bernard Scott Evans of Cayenne, Mrs. Fortuna Bryce and family of Miku, Mr. Benoit Lee Les Flores of Canada, Mr. Newton, also known as Ja of Miku, Kervin Jabatis of Miku, Kia Willie of Miku, Mr. Andrew Roberts of Miku, Rose Eula Donnelly of London, Vicinta and Ditney Downs of Miku. Shakima Trim of Micoud, Miss Donna St. Rose of Beaufort, Mr. Alban of New York, Mr. Theolard Donnelly and family of Micoud, Ma'afa of Micoud, Geraldine Mangal of Tiroche, Micoud, Lena Stovall of Micoud, Mr. George Chasney of Micoud, Mr. Paul Dalsey of Tiroche, Micoud, Mr. Hess of Micoud, Mr. Angus George of Dennery, little Nikia Fanas of Micoud. Also left to mourn the Altidore family of Micoud and Castries, the Evans, Paul, Augustine, Gustave, Fanas, Donnelly, Surrey, and Shalry families of Micoud, the Destangs family of Castries, the Emmanuel family of Labrie, the Morchery family of Monrepo, many other relatives, cousins, and close friends, too numerous to mention. Special thanks to Nurse Elizabeth Kuhlman of St. Jude's Hospital. The funeral service of the late Francis Jack Slade Altidore will be held at the St. Lucy's Roman Catholic Church in Micoud on Tuesday, 9th April 2013 at 3 p.m. Then the body will be interred at the Micoud Cemetery. The body now lies at the Lazarus Funeral Home, New Dock Road, Beaufort.